Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome to part 51 of Let's Play Super Mario RPG. Today we're actually going to be exploring in the factory. This is Smithy's factory, so we're bound to find him at the very end. And this is the final area of the game, so we'll expect to see some of the toughest random enemies and probably some of the toughest bosses in the game here. Hopefully, anyways. I mean, you might be over-leveled enough to the point where any boss that's thrown at you is like barely anything, but still. So yeah, you have these little corkscrew puzzle, or these screw puzzles, I guess you could say. They're oddly reminiscent of the screws in Super Mario Bros. 3 and the airships, where you have to jump on them and be careful. But yeah, make sure you hit that switch after we fight an enemy and get a level up first though, but still. Hit that switch. That switch is necessary for us to continue the game, I guess. I believe all it does is make this area accessible right here. And guys, here it is, the final hidden chest of the game, right there next to the second save point. You've gotten all the hidden chests, and if we go back and talk to Pandorite, we don't really get a reward at all. Our reward is pretty much what we find in the chests, so yeah. No reward, sorry guys. And since there's a save point here, that must mean that there's a boss coming up. Either that or I know a boss is coming up, one of the two. And I'm going to have a little bit of a weird team for this battle. I'm going to have the Princess and Mallow with me. There is the reason I am having Mallow with me. I never usually take Mallow to this next fight, but I want to try something. And then you also get the Ultra Hammer in that treasure chest. That is Mario's second most powerful weapon. So if you somehow get rid of the Seed and Fertilizer, well, you always have that weapon to fall back on, even though the Lazy Shell is superior to pretty much every Mario weapon in the game. And here is the first boss of Factory. It's Countdown. He is kind of like, well, he's an alarm, obviously, and he's alarming the whole factory to our presence. So we need to shut him up by beating the crap out of him. Now, as I said, I normally took a different route. I took a different route for this battle than I normally do. The reason I brought Mallow is apparently Countdown, or the watch part of Countdown, is very weak to thunder attacks. And as you saw, Shocker did quite a bit of damage to the actual watch, but it really didn't do that much damage. I think Mario's Lazy Shell could have done the same amount of damage. So I might have took a very bad route in doing this battle, but I just wanted to give it a shot for this LP. You don't have to bring Mallow, just a suggestion, because the watch is weak against electric attacks. And if you didn't notice already, there are 3 different targets. The watch and the 2 bells on top of the clock. The bells are more annoying, and of course they have less HP, but they can be very annoying, so usually I take them out first. Especially since they have an instant death attack. But, I mean, the watch has some pretty lethal attacks of its own. And every time the clock advances 1 hour, it does a new attack. And the attacks vary on what time it is. So, like at 12 o'clock, he'll do High Noon, which is Corona, and then at 1 o'clock, he'll do, like, It's Playtime, Ice Rock or something. 5 o'clock, time for a break, huh? Aurora Flash. I don't know, like, and there's also a few times where, if it reaches a certain time, he won't even attack. I forgot what time it is. I want to say it's 9, but I don't know for sure. Don't quote that as truth yet. But not really a difficult fight. Just make sure you play it smart. Because, I mean, this fight looks really easy, and it is kind of easy, but if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, he can really surprise you with some very lethal attacks. I mean, Corona, that does a lot of damage to your whole party. And if you don't have any good defenses against Corona, it's gonna wipe out your entire team pretty quickly. Because I know there was one attack, I forget who, what it was and who did it, but it did like 130 damage to Mario. So I mean, the enemies here can still do some good damage. You just have to be very, very careful. And he also has the dreaded water blast as well. Not as strong as some of the other attacks, but still can be pretty damaging if you're not careful. So yeah, this is Countdown. Kind of a little reference to the countdown of this LP. I really predict this LP to end the following weekend. Like, I don't see it going past Monday. I might have the final video on Monday, like the last extra video, because we have one more extra that I'm going to show you after the game. But yeah, it's going to end in the next week. So this game is almost over. We are that close to finishing this game. I'm not going to say my whole closing phrases yet, but holy crap. I don't know if you can see that, but like the Corona ball didn't even appear on the video I'm watching. So all you saw was like a ray of light. You didn't see the actual energy ball, which was kind of weird. And yes, make sure you always keep Princess with the lazy shell. The lazy shell armor, I mean. Because that will save you a lot of time and a lot of frustration. Just so you always have a party member that can actually, you know, survive. And that was the attack that actually did 130 damage to Mario. Ice Rock. See how powerful that one attack was? If you're not careful, that could easily happen to you. So, as I said, just play it smart, and this battle should go by relatively quickly. And after this battle, we're not done yet. Like, I'm going to do a few other things before I close the video. I admit, though, I recovered way too much. I thought this battle would take me a lot shorter time, so I recorded more. But I had like 2 extra minutes, but I'll just add that to the beginning of the next video. And the second ding-a-ling or ring-a-ding or something like that. I forgot what the bells were called. I didn't even look at them. But the second one's down, and now we just have to beat on the actual face of the clock, and then we'll be done with this battle. He's gonna do one more. Okay, maybe he's not. Yeah, even a clock's FP can go away quite easily. And there it goes, we beat Countdown. The first of, I want to say 5 bosses at this place. And there's also 3 other fights you have to do no matter what, so we're going to be doing a lot of fighting here. And in this room, we get introduced to the Machine Maids, or the clones. These are all the Smithy bosses we fought in, through the game so far. Right here we have the Axum Rangers. Now you actually don't fight the Axum Rangers again, you only fight like... there's one fight where you fight 2 blacks and 2 yellows, and the other fight where you fight the red, pink, and green. So you don't actually get to fight all the Rangers again. And the Machine Maids are actually a lot weaker than all the other, the original forms. So they're really easy to beat, but you still have to fight them if you touch them. And even if you do touch them, I'd still battle them, just so you get like a little bit of experience. Now we have Shysters, and then, uh-oh, we have Max again. And the Mac fights, you actually do have to fight Mac and the 4 Shysters again. Although it's a lot easier now, since you can practically kill Mac in 1 round. Okay, we're going to navigate through these boos, and then I'm probably going to close the video. After I get a royal syrup, of course. Okay, where are we going to go next? Okay, across these conveyor belts, over to this side. Have another treasure chest over here we're going to get. And I'm actually going to close the video right here. So this is SlimKirby. See you tomorrow for more Let's Play Super Mario RPG.